Ja oikein paljon tervetuloa uudistettuun Scoopin alla videoon. Tässä sarjassa mä arvostelen erilaisia pelejä ja tämän viikon pelinä meillä on Quantum Break. Tää on suomalaisen Remedy-firman uusin teos, joten sen pitemmittä puheitta eiköhän lyödä video päälle. The story of Quantum Break begins when Jack Joyce, who is played by Sean Ashmore, arrives at his friends Paul Serene's and his brother Will's lab. The science duo has built a time machine and, as you might expect, things do not work out as intended. As things go haywire, Jack acquires powers to manipulate time, but the downside is the whole structure of time is torn up, and repairing this tear is the main focus of the game. And to make matters worse, Monarch Company has its own plans for the tear, and from the shadows, controlling everything, is none other than your former best friend Paul. And he also has his own superpowers. The story starts out quite slow, but kicks itself off in a major way when his shit hits the fan. And then it's full steam ahead for the whole 10 or so hour game. You can find quantum ripples in the game that make small changes to the future. These ripples aren't important butterfly effects, but add some nice little details to your experience later in the game. After the gameplay section, the player jumps on Paul's shoes to make some difficult choices in terms of the story. With Paul's abilities, you get a small idea how your choices play out, but nothing is set in stone when talking about the future. After all this, we get to the live action segments, which are about a half-hour long TV episodes. Originally, the whole format was confusing, and I had a hard time understanding what was the point in all of this. But they paved the story very well from another perspective. Understanding the motivations behind Monarch's actions and problems within the company, it is a very nice addition and gives the bad guys a face and humanity. Time travel is always a tricky subject to handle, so hats off to Remedy for not dropping the ball and avoiding most of the deadlocks in the script. Graphic-wise, the game is incredible to look at. Scenes and characters are very vivid appearances, and I cannot fathom how the game engine is keeping up with... What? Oh, these are live stuff with real people. Okay. All jokes aside, the game is still incredible to look at. The character models are top-notch, animations look very natural, and the voice acting nails it. The live action segments are also produced with high quality and does not lose to a traditional television series in the quality at all. The way the game shows the time breaking up is very interesting, and every time when time stands still or goes insane, it sends a vibe of chaos, and you never know how the time might break. Remedy has managed to make the entire game look like a Quicksilver scene from the days of future past. Where is my Walkman? Where's my Walkman? Just to spend them with you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love it when actors give their presence to game characters. It will immediately give off a AAA atmosphere when the characters are recognizable. And Quantum Break has an amazing cast. You got Iceman from X-Men, Merrin from The Lord of the Rings, and the goddamn Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Littlefinger! However, personally, I would have liked to see Dr. Wells' actor from The Flash portray Paul Serene, but I understand that he is a busy man shooting Flash. Wait a minute, because Aiden has time to be involved in Quantum Break, Littlefinger is clearly dying in the next Game of Thrones season. But hey, that's just a theory. A game to... Oh wait, that wrong show. Since this is a Remedy game, it also means action. Lots of action. Breaking through with Max Payne, the studio has high expectations on them. And I admit, I was skeptic how the shooting in this game would keep me interested, and whether the time manipulation was just a neat looking gimmick that you were forced to use. Alan Wake? But I am very happy that my suspicion was proven false. The combat works well without powers, but using them only makes it more fun. Time manipulation makes the combat more fluid and enjoyable. It's super satisfying to terminate the enemy forces so quickly that none of them have time to properly react to what even happened. Your abilities varies from sprint to a time vortex that freezes time around enemies. There is a few different weapons, but the game does not encourage you to change between them too often. You pick your favorites and go with those without any problems. There is a few different enemy classes, but they do not require major changes in strategy. In some cases they disable your abilities, but everyone obeys the traditional lead poisoning. But sometimes you did have to change your secondary weapon between a shotgun and a long-range carbine though. You also have your pistol with infinite ammo, but mostly it was just for a show. Jack can't hold much ammo, but fortunately Monarch guys left their ammunition boxes lying on the ground quite densely. The action is contrasted with quiet moments when the story is progressed, and you get to pick up notes, emails and such. Most of these I did collect, but the amount of text that is found in a single letter or mail is so much that you most likely won't be bothered to stop and read. Alan Wake. It is perhaps the biggest gripe of the game. A lot of background information can be found and it forces you to stop. That is very opposite of what the game encourages you to do. Sometimes less is more. And these notes should have been audio logs on the parts where you move from place to place. And can we really get rid of the goddamn pinging? It feels really stupid to move and ping constantly so you don't miss any collectibles, like in this case, chronon points that are used to upgrade your abilities. Another complaint can be found in the moments when Jack finds himself in the middle of the chaotic time stutters. These moments are like combining platforming and puzzle solving. The scenes are very nice to look at, but it is very confusing to know what to do. I never understood why I failed, and even worse, when I've succeeded. The fault may certainly be on me, but the same thing happened to me every goddamn scene. Quantum Break sets a high bar for the games coming this year. It is great looking, professionally produced, the combat is solid, and the script is clever and engaging. Replay value is so and so, and the game only takes just under 10 hours, which has a couple of hours of live action show. For me, the length was just right, and pretty much any more might have just felt unnecessary padding. Remedy had all the ingredients for the best game of 2016, and by God, they shaped a very strong candidate out of them. Not even those couple of QTEs succeeded to ruin it. And hey, we actually did get a final boss battle. Alan Wake? I don't even know why I said that. I didn't play it through.